live in United Kingdom for 16 years. I used to have a photography wedding business, but what happened these days, 1 year is not even nothing to do. And we have restaurant as well, but 1 year is really hard, suffering, trying to save the business. So I'm so thankful for Ruta. She showed me this business, and believe it or not, guys, with this business, I'm safe. I'm so safe. I'm already 3 months in this business. Beginning, I didn't even work properly. I was watching, I was looking, was this, was that, Zoom calls, meeting the guys. And yeah, it's amazing. It's really amazing business. So guys, I want to introduce my amazing business partner, Ross Garcia. He used to be Bob Proctor consultant. Is have experience, crazy experience with the Bob Proctor, so we can share with us how to control our mind, how we can control our life, our business, our mindset. So grab your pen, grab your notes, and let's start. Write down. And Ross, I give it to you. Ross is somewhere is stuck.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's just that I gotta let more people in.
Okay, let more people in. I just finished to drive. Oh my God, guys, it's beautiful roads. Countryside is so beautiful. Lots of colors. I was enjoying. So I jumped now from the car to the restaurant. I opened this business and I jumped to this business. So guys, if you want to do, believe me, is no way to say no. Always you're gonna find a way. Doesn't matter. You're working, you're not working, you have time, you don't have time, you can make everything. That's what I can see. In one business and open another business, and I'm already have 3 business, but more now in this business because it's working now. Doesn't matter, corona, no corona, we're making money, good money.
So let's drop some 777s and some fire emojis for Sabil for putting these calls together, because without her, this wouldn't be possible. She's like working her business nonstop, and she's totally crushing it. She's hitting ranks like crazy style. So I'm so
let's
proud of her.
Let's put some fire emojis for Rose Garcia, guys. For Rose Garcia, let's put some fire emojis.
And so we did start a little bit late today because we were waiting for more people to join. I had to go get my pen, and I had some pre-workout drink right now. So if you guys didn't hear me, it's because I had some pre-workout drink. But here, guys, I got this book right in front of me, Think and Grow Rich. I didn't go into the chapter today in the morning. Usually before we start the call, I go into the chapter and I kind of just like connect with the chapter. Today's chapter is on imagination. And yesterday, I did go into the chapter yesterday though, and what he's talking about in chapter 6 of imagination is that there's 2 ways that this creation process begins. One is synthetic and the other one is creative. Now, when we talk about synthetic imagination, right? Synthetic imagination, excuse the red rash from the wrong side of the bed, guys. My skin, I don't know, for some reason my skin is real sensitive, but excuse is, I didn't get scratched by a cat or anything like that. So there's 2 types of imagination, synthetic and creative. When Thomas Edison created the light bulb, that was like creative imagination, because no one ever knew what you can do with this electricity. Story goes that he went through 10,000 failures before he actually created this light bulb, right? And he basically brought light to everyone's home. It was a creative process. Synthetic is like there already is a vehicle. There already is a vehicle, like Henry Ford when he made the Model T. Well, they added to the Model T, they added a V8 engine. So that is like synthetic because there was already a V4, or I think it was a V6, and they added a V8. Now, people that were telling him, there's no way that you can make a V8 engine. He's like, look, when there's a will, there's a way. Like when John Kennedy wanted to put someone in the moon, he asked Werner von Braun, a German scientist. He's like, back in the 50s, he's like, how can we send someone to the moon? Werner von Braun answered him in 5 words: the will to do it, the will to do it. And you have a will, okay? And you have a will to basically want to do something, right? So you have a will, and that's a concentration factor. That is like, I could focus on what is it that I really, really want, right? We have a hard time focusing because we have lower faculties. We have sensory factories. We can see, smell, taste, hear, and touch. But a dog could do the same thing. A dog can see, smell, taste, hear, and touch, but we're not born with a dog's image. You know, we have higher faculties. We have imagination, the will, reasoning, intuition, memory, and perception. And when we use our creative faculties, our God-given abilities, we can literally create an image with our imagination of how we want to live, right? And what is it that we're going to be doing? And all you need is a pen, because you have to be precise. You have to describe it. So I have to let some people here in the chat. And a lot of people, they don't really know what's going on in the world. They don't think it's possible because they ask how can I get there? How can I arrive? You don't have to worry about how. The how's going to present itself. What do I mean by that? What I mean is circumstances, events start lining up to, is it that you want? What is it that you want? And then things start happening. Money comes. You do auto suggestion. I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a chairman 10 with the I Am organization. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have no debt. I'm so happy and grateful now that my house is paid off. I'm so happy and grateful now that, I have over $10 million in my savings account, 10 million pounds in my savings account. When you do this thing, you get the energy to do the thing. That's what Emerson said. Do the thing and you'll get the energy to do the thing. And I was always broke. I was always trying to figure out how people were getting success, and I was getting, you know, going back in time, like where, what's happening, right? I would see everybody, oh, I'm buying a house, I'm doing this. And I'm like, man, I just got this job for $24,000 at a bank. Like, is that really going to make me happy? So yes, you're a spirit. You're for expansion and fuller expression, never for disintegration. And when you get introduced to this, it's like you're getting hit with a foreign vibration, an FV. That's what we call in this business, an FV, a foreign vibration. But when you start understanding that nothing's created, nothing's destroyed, that everything there is and ever was already here. And Thomas Troward, back in the 1800s, he wrote a book called The Hidden Power. And he says that there is no time and space. Like, the only time and space is what you're thinking about. You're the center of divine operation. Past, present, future events are already lining up for you to get to this thing, the thing that you want. And when you impress the subconscious mind, it has no ability to reject the thing. What is the thing? The thing is different to everybody. You can see, smell, taste, hear, and touch, but my touch, my taste might be different than yours. My taste of a pizza might be different than your taste from a pizza. My color red might be different than your color red, because we have perception. Perception is a higher faculty. We can change the way we see things, and everyone is seeing things in a different way. So that's why I always think outside the box. I always think, okay, well, Let me take 2 steps back and analyze the situation. Why is this person doing that? Why is this person continually doing the same thing? It's called repetition, but in a negative way. Something that bothers you, where this person continually does the same thing. And obviously, there's something wrong with this person, right? A negative emotion. And most of the stuff that happens to us was because of the past. That's why Thomas Troward said, and he wrote the book of the Edinburgh lectures on mental science, law and the word, the Dory lectures. And he talks about the past having to do with your present results, because we're either thinking backwards or we're thinking forwards. We're never looking at our situation. We never reason with it like, okay, well, where am I at right now? How are my goals right now? What can I do to better my life right now? Because we think it's impossible. It's impossible to make $1 million. If the most you've ever made was 20,000 pounds, 50,000 pounds, how are you going to take your annual salary and make it your monthly salary? All you need is a pen. All you need is a pen. And the reason I say that is because everything is energy. And you know, they say the pen is mightier than the sword. Well, there's energy in this pen. When they asked Van Gogh, how do you do so beautiful paintings? How do you do so beautiful artwork? He said, I dream my painting, then I paint my dream. I dream my painting, then I paint my dream. Why? Because you're thinking about the painting. And the moment you start writing it down, that's the first part of the creation process through your imagination. That's the first part, because this is energy. When you're writing down, I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. You look at yourself in the mirror. When I was in New York, never been to New York, never made $1 million. I joined Bob Proctor's company. I've studied this information for years. I'm a consultant with Bob Proctor, right? Certified. I'm sitting in Carnegie Hall, out of all places, the richest person in the world, richest person in the 1900s. I'm sitting in Carnegie Hall, looking at my mentor, Bob Proctor, on stage. He had one piece of paper, and he was talking up there for 2 hours. Les Brown was there, Sandy Gallagher, the CEO of Proctor Gallagher Institute. And I'm sitting there looking at Bob Proctor, and he talked about how Andrew Carnegie, a broke newspaper reporter, met the richest person in the world. And Andrew Carnegie looks at him and he tells Napoleon, would you be interested in writing about the laws of success for 20 years without pay? And he says, yes, Mr. Carnegie, sir, you could depend on me that I will achieve it. He didn't see greatness in him. You don't see greatness in you. That's why this business is so wonderful. It's so awesome, because our role in this business is to find greatness in them, because people need someone to lift them up. What does Sandy Gallagher say, our CEO at Proctor Gallagher? Leave everybody with the impression of increase. So Napoleon, being a broke newspaper reporter, was like, yes, Mr. Carnegie, sir, you could depend on me. And then he's like, okay, 20 years without pay. So after the conversation, he's scratching his head and he's telling his friends, hey, 20 years without pay. Everybody's telling him, you got to be crazy. And his first book was The Laws of Success. It wasn't up until Think and Grow Rich where everybody was like, oh my God, this guy is a celebrity, right? He basically created the personal growth and development field as we know it. And he talked to Andrew Carnegie. And if you want to find about those conversations, you could buy a book. It's called How to Raise Your Own Salary by Napoleon Hill. And in that book, Andrew Carnegie tells Napoleon, this is you questioning, how can you make your fantasy into a reality? How can you make your imagination go into reality? This is to touch on that. I want to touch on that. And this is what Andrew Carnegie told Napoleon Hill in that book, How to Raise Your Own Salary. He says, there's a hidden law of nature that not even the wisest of men can understand. But when you look at a situation and you take that situation in your imagination into your subconscious mind. When you bring it into the subconscious mind, it has no ability to reject, it must accept. And any idea, that's what he says. He said, any idea that's emphasized, that's repeated, that's either feared or revered, meaning it could happen, taken over to the subconscious mind will begin to formulate itself into physical reality. Any idea doesn't have to be your idea, guys. It could be the television, it could be your friends, it could be your cousin, your mom, your dad. I remember telling my dad, I'm gonna make $20,000 a week. I was making 10. I wasn't making 20,000. And he looks at me, he's like, you got to be crazy. A couple years later, I came to the house, to his house, pulled out my bank statements. I said, look, Dad, I make $20,000 a week. Are you proud of me? But you have to see greatness in you. Don't look for someone to help you in your business. Help yourself with what is going on in the world. There is no limitation, like Napoleon Hill said. The only limitation is the limitation that you're setting up in your own mind. That's what he says. The only limitation is the one you're setting up in your own mind. And yes, this is possible. I like what Genevieve B. Rand says. She says, when you bring these unseen causes into harmony with your conception, you can make practical working realities of possibilities that at present seem but fantastic dream. What's your fantastic dream? What would it look like? Where would you be? Who would your friends be? Where would you live? Would you be traveling? How much money is in your savings account? How much money are you making every single month? Because there is no limitation. And it's literally whatever you want. What does Bob Proctor say? Tell me what you want and I'll show you how to get it. Anything you want. Because Earl Nightingale, which actually mentored Bob Proctor, which Napoleon Hill mentored Earl Nightingale, he says that the dirt is like the subconscious mind. It's immoral. You can plant nightshade, a deadly poison, not even a 16th of an inch away. You can plant corn as sweet food. It gives you what you plant. And understand that there's only 6, 7 basic universal principles. So it's like, what are you thinking about? Can you focus with your will, with your higher faculty? Focus on the image. Repetition. Don't worry about what's in front of you. Focus on the image. If it doesn't manifest, it's okay. The law of gender, which is actually the 7th law, it states that there's an incubation period and ingestation period to every seed. We know what it is for a woman having a child is 9 months, but we don't know what a spiritual seed is. It's like there's summer, spring, fall, winter, right? Winter doesn't come twice in 1 year, guys. The laws are precise. When the sun comes down, the moon comes up. Then the moon comes down, the sun comes up. These laws are precise. And JFK asked Werner von Braun in the 50s, he's like, how do we put a man in the moon? He's like, you can send a spaceship, land on the moon. You could time the landing by a precision of a fraction of a second. You can time the landing by a precision of a fraction of a second. So the laws are precise. Now, if your goal doesn't manifest, it's okay. Change the date, keep going for the goal. Because this is possible. And these are fantastic dreams. This is something you really, really want. It excites you. I remember sitting with my sister. I said, Norma, what do you really want? Grab the pen. I said, what do you really want? Write it down. She's like, I want to make $100,000 a year. I said, no, 100,000 a month. To her, that was a fantastic dream. She's like, okay. She wrote it down. 2 years later, she's making $100,000 a month. Why? Because it went into the subconscious mind because she had enthusiasm. She was excited. It made her feel good. That's the only way to get it into the subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind is open up to you're 7 years old. Then it's closed off. They told you, stop using your imagination. Put the crayons away. Let's be realistic. Let's not be fantasy. Let's not watch cartoons. let's be realistic. You need to get A's and B's. And according to the grades that you got was the character, the person who you are. Well, guess what? In high school, I got straight F's. My parents had to send me away. I almost got killed. My mom was worried about me. I went to Texas, Houston, high school, came back, focused on school, graduated from high school, made it till I was 19, 21. And it wasn't easy, but I had a burning desire. I had a burning desire. And you have to have a burning desire about your business. You have to know why. Because some people write down why, that is not the why. And when you ask them why, they're emotionally closed off because they're not being who they want to be, because they're scared to be who they want to be. You shouldn't be scared. You shouldn't worry about what people think about you. It doesn't matter what people think about you. What matters is what you're thinking about yourself, what you're doing yourself. What do you want? What do you really, really want? And how do you want to live? Do this for your family. Do this for your kids. Don't worry about other people, that negative circle that you might have been involved with, because that's not going to last. Trust me, my best friends ain't around. My best friends are not around, guys, because the moment that I started reading Napoleon Hill, listening to him on YouTube, trying to figure this out to help other people. That's why I joined this business, to help other people. The money is a result of you, the sacrifice, the work that you're doing to help somebody wake up. Wake up to what? Wake up to the fact that you've been living in a dream world. In this reality, you've been asleep. This reality. Because you didn't know where the money was. You thought the money was time for money. But you met somebody like me or Bob Proctor and said, no, it's creation. Because there's 3 levels here. First level, A, is time for money. Second is money for money, investments, money for money. And 3 is the space between me and you, the creation, the subconscious. Because when you impress the subconscious mind with, I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis, it has no ability to reject. And that's what Andrew Carnegie told Napoleon Hill. He said, go in front of a mirror, tell yourself, not only will you surpass me in life, but you're going to meet me at the post and beat me at the Grand Slam. And that's what Bob Proctor was saying in New York at Carnegie Hall. And I'm sitting there in Carnegie Hall looking at Bob Proctor. So yes, Napoleon Hill has made millions of millionaires through his books, through his lectures. And Andrew Carnegie, he only made like 10. So any idea that's emphasized, that's repeated, that's either feared or revered, will begin to clothe itself in its most convenient fashion. So I want to end this call now because we have Vincent presenting the business to people that want to earn more money. So if you have any guests, get them on the call with Vincent. I'll be providing the link after the call. And yes, you become what you think about. So take this stuff serious, guys, because it can literally change your life in the areas of happy, healthy, and wealthy. And I want to thank you guys for your time. I want to give it back up to Sabil so we can end the call. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Ross. Thank you so much for this blow mind information. Let's put some fire emojis, guys. And lots of fire emojis for Ross. Sorry, guys. Phone call. So thank you so much. I'm so happy our group can share with all of you with this information. So every day, 12 p.m., bring your friends, bring your neighbors, bring your family, everyone on this call. Grab your pen, grab your notes, and come to this every day, please. Sorry, guys. So thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy amazing, amazing autumn. And thank you so much.
Have a good day, guys. Enjoy your day. Peace out.